All right, let's be real. Sometimes your brain just feels like a messy sandwich. There's too much going on, stuff slipping out the sides, and no napkins in sight. That's where therapy comes in.
And we're not just talking about screaming into the void or trauma dumping on your sandwich artist. We're talking actual therapy with someone who knows what they're doing. And lucky for you, BetterHelp, our paid partner for this episode, makes it easy to get started.
No waiting rooms, no weird therapy office smells, just a quick questionnaire, and boom. You're matched with a credentialed therapist in a couple days. And if it's not a vibe, switch it up faster than you can switch up your sandwich sauce.
So if your brain feels like a chaotic group chat, do yourself a favor, go to betterhelp.com/thinkfresh or hit the link in the description for 10% off your first month. Your future self will thank you.
Ty and Eric back in the booth.
That's right, bro. What a time to be alive. Ty is at home munching on some spaghetti. I am sitting alone in the parking lot of Subway. And nothing good ever happens when you're alone in the parking lot at Subway. I'll be real honest.
It is not a good look. It's one thing if you and I are loitering together, but to see you alone in the driver's seat of your vehicle, 2 MacBooks and a microphone amongst you, the green and yellow logo glowing in the background.
That's right.
I felt like I was the freak because I make up the spaghetti to eat on the podcast. But
I guess you never know where one of us will call in from. So that's kind of the state of the, I don't know, state of the union, I guess. The workers' union. I just saw 2 construction guys walk into Subway. So we are, everything's all to be expected here. Everything's normal.
Subway probably services more unions than any other like restaurant or business in general, unless you're like the business that is responsible for recruiting unsuspecting front-end workers to start a union. Or maybe you're a union buster. Beyond them, Subway is the union. They're the union server.
I love the phrase union buster so much. It's like it implies so many different things, It's like your whole kind of being is there to do what exactly? Like prevent people from like receiving like rights? like what is your job as a union buster?
It's so funny because like buster as a term, there aren't that many careers that are of busters. You can either be a union buster or a ghost buster, and it stops there. That's it. Where are all my busters?
Where's my buster at? No Arthur.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, you're right, bro. What isn't it called? Isn't it called a buster when you like clean tables?
Maybe. Everyone always mumbles the word, so I'm not really sure what it actually is.
Me neither. Ty, walk me through the spaghetti you're eating.
Yeah, of course. This is a little homemade. Technically, it's a spaghettini noodle because I make it a little tinier. I feel it slurps a bit easier, clings to the sauce.
I've noticed that about you, Ty. You do prefer spaghettini, and you're alone on that one. I think I don't know if I would agree with you. Munch.
Excuse me, breadheads, but this is a lunch-based podcast.
This should be consumed with a footlong or a bowl of pasta.
Dude, there's a gap in the market for a podcast that's entirely recorded with food in the host's mouth. We're so close to being that podcast. It's in my hand.
Close. You could say we're halfway there.
Yeah, we're 6 inches closer.
Yeah. Although Ty is munching on some spaghettini, I got some protein in my hands here. Drinking 30 grams of premier protein, vanilla flavored. I also just had some chicken for lunch, so feeling pretty juiced.
Yeah, dude. You must have a lot of testosterone in you right now. That's like a high tea kind of diet you're rocking.
That's right. Some chicken and couscous, and then I got my protein here. I'm feeling like, I don't know, I could probably throw 100 passing yards right now. Maybe get a triple double. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hop in the court and just see what happens, fuck around and find out kind of thing.
Oh man. So what kind of sauce are you working with over there, Ty? You got some sweet onion chicken teriyaki. You got some marinara. You got
Dude,
some
putting Subway sandwich
Southwest.
sauce on anything other than a sandwich just seems insidious. Like, even like using it as a salad dressing or a bowl dressing or wrap dressing at Subway feels a little wrong.
I disagree. I think there's a reason why they're selling it in bottles, and you're telling me you wouldn't throw some of that on a salad, or like, I don't know, drizzle just a little bit of it over some tofu.
Maybe if I was at the actual Subway franchise, because if you walk in that door, you've already given up, you know? Like whatever happens, happens. You just hope you get to walk out the same door you came in. But when I'm at home and if I'm cooking up a salad, I have I have goals. I have potential for a future. I have I have like a lifestyle I want to create, you know? So
Hmm.
to then throw that all away by squeezing a bottle of sweet onion sauce all over my leafy greens, compromise the integrity and the health benefits of and potentially the flavor profile of my salad, seems just seems ignorant, you know?
Hmm. It could be ignorant. That's true, but I don't know. I think what's ignorant is your understanding of calories.
My lack of willingness to try it, maybe too.
Yeah, potentially. I'm thinking like there's no way a tablespoon of sauce, Subway sauce, could throw off your entire evening, you know? Like sure you might be hitting some goals, but what's one tablespoon going to do, you know? It's not crystal meth.
Yeah, but maybe it's the closest FDA approved equivalent. We don't really know.
Yeah, we don't know. I feel like I'm like reporting from like a like a I don't know, like a nuclear site or something, Ty. There's not a lot of action here. All I see is the glowing open sign and the Subway customers only parking sign behind me in my rear
Hmm.
view. It's a sight to behold. Feels so strange, Ty, to be here without you. I almost want to just
It
kind of get
must
up
be.
and go.
Yeah, dude, you're in the, what do they call it? The isolation zone. It's just neon gas and you're all alone. Chernobyl, if you will.
That's right. Hey, did you see Putin launched a drone at it at the Chernobyl dome?
Yeah, doesn't he know that place is already cooked? Like you're gonna bomb a place that no one goes to, that no one will ever go to. It's like it's kind of smart if you want to test something.
I guess so. Yeah, it's kind of free target practice, but I think the objective would be to, I don't know, just crack open the lid a little bit on that
Hmm.
iron dome, keeping the nuclear fumes from reaching everyone else. Imagine like
Hmm.
imagine you're just lighting up a foot long in the toaster, and after like 7 toast cycles, you just open the door. Like that's gonna fill the room, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what's happening over there in Chernobyl.
They're just letting a little fumes out. I see. I see.
Yeah. So I don't know, dude. It's kind of a scary thing. The guy's lawless.
There seems to be a lot of lawless men in charge these days.
That's right, dude. Can you name some more?
Just let me Google the Subway CEO, John Chidsney. No, Carrie Walsh. That sounds like a woman's name.
I can tell you right now, there's no way a woman would serve these kinds of sandwiches, Ty.
That's really funny.
Jesus, are you okay? You sound
Oh,
sick,
dude,
man.
I'm worn out. I haven't been practicing good sleep, good mindfulness, good diet. That's why this spaghettini is such a cozy meal when one is a little down and under.
Hmm. You still haven't answered my question. What are you eating exactly? What's in the spaghettini?
It's a red sauce. I made it myself. It has lentils.
That's wild. I feel like the fucking MD foodie boys. I have nothing to like really say. I'm just kind of like, damn, dude, that's crazy. I'm running out of
Damn.
that's crazies.
Well, I'm so sorry. I'm preoccupied right now to give you any more information because I'm trying to figure out the gender of the Subway CEO.
Okay.
I
Have they
think it might
publicly
be a
disclosed
woman.
that?
I feel like you can kind of tell. Maybe it depends if they still have a DEI department.
Mm.
They might have never had one to begin with. We're probably okay.
Yeah.
Dudes, it's a female. Carrie something. This is wild. Subway's for the girls now.
Since when has she been the active girl boss?
She's interim CEO, was previously the
Oh,
president of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Interesting. The Subway franchise just groups those three regions together. They're like, oh yeah, that's all one department. Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
that's crazy because it's probably like 2,000 locations.
Yeah, it's probably, and like, how do you like make a decision that's going to both appeal to the Middle Eastern and African palates as well as like the French and British palates?
That's a great question. I feel like it's almost impossible to do anything that would like serve all of these people.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I would think too.
what kind of sandwiches do Africans eat? Like, I've never seen them eat a sandwich before.
Me either. I'd be very curious. I'm sure they got some like freaky options on the menu there. Maybe we got to ask chat that and see what's going on in Africa.
Yeah, chat. What's going on in Africa as Thai types?
Okay, so we got a few options here, a variety of delicious sandwiches, influenced both by local ingredients, but also their colonial history, which makes a lot of sense. A lot of like what you'd expect, slow roasted lamb or beef, spicy lamb sausage and a baguette, a little bit of harissa on that one, a French influenced baguette sandwich in Algeria, and that's called a casse croûte. Anything weird here? Oh, what? Okay, dude. In Senegal, they have a sandwich called the pain chargé. This is a baguette filled with spaghetti, grilled meat, and onion sauce.
I'm so happy we Googled this, Thai. That's incredible. So,
how timely, too.
how timely. Did they specify the noodle? If it's a spaghettini, I'm just going to hang up.
It is, I'm pretty sure, a spaghetti. I think it's the big one. But that would be even better to be spaghettini because, you know, when you like bite into a sandwich and you accidentally take the whole tomato slice with it, you're like, that was too much tomato in one bite. That's how I would feel with my spaghetti sandwich.
Oh, dude. I feel like I've seen a similar recipe from like a prison style kind of like recipe book where like you cook up some like craft dinner style macaroni and then you put it in like a hot dog bun. That's kind of what this is giving, you know?
Yeah, it's prison food. I feel like it's also like popular in Las Vegas to eat a spaghetti sandwich.
Really?
Isn't that a thing there?
In Vegas? I didn't think Vegas had its own culture except for the mole people.
That's
so
true.
maybe it's plausible actually. The mole people would invent something like that.
They would. Yeah, it's prison adjacent.
Yeah. They're inside like a different set of concrete walls.
Exactly. The mole people are either alumni of the prison system or they're like prospects for future seasons. Dude, calling you a prison prospect is awesome.
Number 1 draft pick.
In South Africa, a pretty popular sandwich is called the bunny chow, which is a pretty funny name.
Bunny chow. And this is a Subway menu item?
Probably because it feels Subway adjacent. You take a loaf of bread and you hollow it out like old Subway. I miss the old Subway. They used to do that. Hollow out that bread. And then they fill her all up with some spicy curry. It can be chicken curry, lamb curry, or bean curry for the veg heads.
Bean curry.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
What
that's
do you
kind
think
of
about that?
wild. That's kind of wild,
Would
man.
you?
Like everything you just said.
Damn, that's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy. Everything you said is it's just way too similar to what you're eating, which makes me think you're joking. Like there's no way you're actually telling me the real stuff here.
Well, I'm just spitting out what Chat GPT is sharing with me, so maybe they're trolling me.
I can't wait for the days where chat just decides it's had enough and begins trolling us.
So I get the association though. Like you can be the subway president of Europe and Africa at the same time because South Africa is a European colony. In one area, they want beans on toast. In the other, they want curried beans in bread. It's actually not that different.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of I don't know, all of these African countries, Ty, I feel like deep down they just want beans on toast, but
They
what they're
just
actually getting is like systemic oppression.
maybe that's like the maybe beans on toast is a cause. Like I always thought of it as a symptom, but maybe it's a cause.
You think they're getting enslaved over there because they just had it with the beans on toast?
Okay, I can't say for sure, but here's what I will tell you. This weekend, I ate beans on toast for the first time in years, and it's kind of
Hell
weird
yeah.
timing that this is even being brought up now as a topic. Given that,
I love beans on toast.
yeah, I went to a bakery. They specialize in different types of toasts, and that was one of the options. And I thought, fuck it, I have nothing left to live for. Let's
Most
take it for
people,
a go.
when they order beans on toast, they say "fuck it" first.
One
Oh,
hundred
fuck it.
percent. Oh, fuck it. So I did it, and it was pretty good. But then you remember why you don't eat beans on toast. You're just like the rest of the day. You just feel like that Chernobyl reactor. You know, you just need to let a little fumes out.
Yeah, you were telling me the other day you had beans for dinner 2 days in a row, and then you had it for lunch. So that's like
Mm-hmm.
beans for 3 meals in a row. How did that go for you?
I'm building it's resilience training, Eric. You just got to build up the bodily muscles to manage the beans. And if you can manage beans, you can really manage anything.
Okay. So, how would you describe your management style of the beans, Ty? Is it more of a get in, get out situation, or are you kind of holding onto some gas? Are you buying and
I
selling?
think I think you just want to kind of like squeaky leak it out carefully the right time, keep the pressure down. You don't kind of like when you're cooking the spaghettini, if you leave the lid on, your pot might runneth over. So sometimes you just got to crack it a bit, let a little steam out.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
What do you think the gassiest sandwich is?
The gaseous sandwich is definitely the meatball sub. Like, no question.
Oh, yeah. No question. You're right.
That thing, once you start munching down on that meat, I think it starts to create a chemical compound with your insides that just obliterates your will to live.
Yeah. I think also the meatball is a tricky one because all the other meats, like Subway can do their best to hide plastic in those meats. Like, but it's hard. It's hard to hide plastic in a slice of pepperoni or a chicken breast. You have to like go to the root level to like inject it at like as steroids like really early. It requires a lot of planning ahead, premeditated, if you will. But the meatball, if they don't have enough meatball, that's a really easy option to just at the 11th hour put a little more plastic in. Like, oh crap, our meatballs aren't big enough. Let's add a little bit more plastic. They won't
Mm-hmm.
care. There's plastic in their balls. So why don't we put plastic in their meatballs too?
Mm-hmm. You get a solid argument there, Ty. I feel like
Thank you.
anything that's kind of blended up is easy to like stuff some preservatives in there, right? Like the veggie patty,
Mm-hmm.
the meatball, the tuna, anything that's kind of like not its original form. You can
Yeah,
kind of stuff some
exactly.
additives, and they go undetected.
And that's also the case with the sauces too, and that's why I ain't putting it on my salad. But
Mm-hmm.
say la vie.
C'est la vie. I think you're probably better off for it, but I think one of us should acquire one of these bottles soon and give it a little taste test.
Squirt here, squirt there, see what works.
I put that shit on everything.
Damn. I was thinking though about the additives in Subway ingredients today because there's just so much hate in the world right now. There's so much conflict in the world. And
Yeah.
it made me realize this is like more global conflict is probably better for Subway because when people have nothing else to focus on, you know what they're going to do? They're going to start asking questions about their tuna. They're going to start wondering, like, wait, why does this bread taste like cake?
You're 100% correct, dude. We got to follow the money, Whenever a new war drops, we got to see who's benefiting the most. And I think Subway is probably up there because you're right. If I'm, preparing my bomb shelter, then I'm not worried about is Subway like how many calories are in the lettuce,
No, for sure. Dude, if I'm preparing my bomb shelter, I'm actually looking for preservative-rich food.
That's right. Something that will never ever go bad.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. This has been eye opening, Ty. I think I need to.
No.
I think I need to. One, prepare my emergency kit for when the big earthquake happens. But also, it's time to look into this Kelly chick. What is she doing up there at the CEO spot?
Our good friend Carrie Walsh.
Oh, Carrie, my bad.
She's just interim while the search continues for a permanent successor to the previous Subway CEO, John Chidsey. He retired at the end of 2024, and when that somehow missed our news feeds.
Can't say I have the guy on LinkedIn, unfortunately. Does it say why he's retired, or is he just kind of was he forced out by Big Sandwich? What happened here?
No information right now, but probably for the same reason all CEOs step down. There's an impending sexual allegations lawsuit that hasn't broken the news yet, and they need to get ahead of it. That's
You're right. There's no reason
almost
for
always the answer.
There's no reason for a CEO to step down otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
We all
He
know
is
it's a fake job.
retiring from. Well, dude, the guy he's retiring from the company, but he's only worked there for 5 years. So make that make sense. Why would Subway hire a CEO who's got a 5-year? When they ask you like, "What's your 5-year plan?" He says, "Retire." I don't know if that's the CEO you want.
Yeah, man. That's the move though. Like for my final act, I will be CEO, like kind of sick.
It is kind of cool. Yeah, the
Like,
grand finale. But yeah, he's saying what we're all thinking. Like, if anyone asked me what my 5-year plan is right now, it should probably be retire.
if it's not retire, what do you like? You're not aiming high enough, Like, I don't want to hire somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to hire anybody whose goal isn't to retire because that tells me you're not ambitious.
Exactly. Like stack
You're not
that
cut
paper.
out for it. Exactly. Damn, man.
Well, if you asked me 5 years ago what my 5-year plan was, I don't think I would have said make episode 406.
Whoa. Actually, it's possible that we were talking about this 5 years ago because like we started the pod in the summer of 2020. It's now February 2025. These things they take time to conceive, like this beautiful art project doesn't come together instantly.
Yeah, I totally, dude. I don't know which month this previous Subway CEO joined the company, but it's possible that this podcast is older than his tenure at Subway. Mm-hmm. We have longer tenure than their CEO.
So now that our big dog is retired, I think this presents a unique opportunity to get him on the pod, because no sitting CEO is willing to take the risk, right? Way too much exposure, too much liability. But now that the guy's got this, like, no skin in the game, you know what I mean? Let's let the sandwich hit the floor.
100%, dude. And you know what happens when all great leaders step down? They start a podcast. So we got to get to him before he has the brilliant idea himself.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe, V2 of Think Fresh is with this guy. Like, it's a three-way.
Table for 3, please.
Yeah, dude. Wow. Well, Ty, on that note, I think we have some lofty goals for 2025. I say we end this episode and get started on them.
Yeah, let's get nose to the paper. Smell that sweet onion, Eric? I certainly do.
Hell yeah, dude. Breadheads, thanks for listening.
Everybody.
Think Fresh. Bye.